I was making out with this woman named Betty when her husband Ken came home. I had no idea and kept kissing Betty. Luckily, he was outside playing on the trampoline with the kids, which is when I finally noticed him. I panicked, quickly straightened my clothes, and headed outside. Ken saw me and his face instantly went dark. He seemed to know I'd been messing around with his wife. I looked down, unable to meet his eyes, just wanting to get out of there fast. Then he called out to me. My heart was pounding. I thought he was going to tear into me, but instead, he pulled out $200 as a tip and told me to stop by his office sometime to talk.
Gilbert, come by my office. We need to talk.
Okay.
I pretended to agree and quickly drove off. A few days later, I went back to Betty's to make another delivery. This time was different. Betty was baking and had her hands full, so she asked me to dial a number for her. The voice on the other end turned out to be her husband, Ken. I tried to hand Betty the phone, but she wouldn't take it, so I had to answer. When Ken realized I was at his house, he sounded surprised and excited. Since I'd never shown up for that chat, he told me to come over right now. Right then, Betty pulled down my pants and started doing something crazy. I couldn't help making some noise. I figured Ken must have known what Betty and I were up to. I hung up and headed to Ken's office with a heavy heart. Sure enough, Ken started threatening me.
Gilbert, what if something were to happen to you?
Just then, Betty called saying the house was on fire. Since Betty had taken Ken's car, I drove him back home. When we got there, I realized Betty had deliberately burned a cake, creating tons of smoke. While Ken was busy trying to save the house, Betty came over and said something to me. Later at home, my sister told me Ken had just drowned in a baby pool only a foot deep. I sat there, lost in thought.